Hello and welcome to the Ken Vercammen Law of a Single podcast. This edition we look at criminal cases and in particular State versus Anderson, where the court found the police are permitted to ask the defendant if he had anything on him, and if the defendant is stupid enough to say, yes, I have Oxycodone or drugs, and then the police can search and arrest him. So here, the defendant appealed the denial of his motion to suppress his inculpatory statements and the heroin oxycodone that was found. Defendant was arrested 4 times for CDS offenses between September 2015 and August 2016. He pled guilty to a CDS charge in November 2016. But before sentencing, a confidential informant told police that the defendant was selling narcotics in a parking lot and that the information was confirmed by the police street crime unit. The confidential informant informed police defendant was on his way to a sale. The police observed defendant making an unsignaled turn and pulled him over. The defendant told police officers during the pat-down that he had Oxycodone and gave written consent to a search of the car. The defendant waived his Miranda and admitted he was on his way to sell heroin when he was stopped. These drug dealers aren't too smart. The motion court found the stop and the pat-down were justified, and defendant consented to the search of the vehicle. The defendant pled guilty. The appeal court said the record amply supported the motion judge's decision as to the validity of the stop and the pat-down. The appeal court disagreed with defendant's argument that the officer impermissibly questioned defendant during the pat-down without giving him his Miranda rights. The officer's questioning whether the defendant had anything on him that the officers should know about was not an interrogation. The inquiry was investigatory, and the officer need not Mirandize defendant before answering the question. And that was State versus Anderson. For other information on criminal cases and search and seizure law, visit website njlaws.com. And for representation in criminal cases, contact Ken Vercammen's office in Edison at 732-572-0500.